Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. Today is a special arena because this is the last arena of 2013. I'm recording this on New Year's Eve, and in fact, I think I'm going to post this out of order. I have a front log of videos. I've made a lot of videos in advance, and I'm going to be posting one a day, but I think I'll post this one out of order, so you're going to be seeing this on New Year's Day. So have a happy New Year, have a wonderful, wonderful time in 2014, and may it be infinitely happier than 2013 was. In any case, we're going to do our final arena with Garrosh Hellscream here, the warrior. Shaman could be a sentimental pick because it used to be my favorite class, but you know what? Let's not dwell on the past. Let's dwell going forward. And going forward, warrior has been really good for me, so I'm going to go ahead and grab him here. Now, I'm also going to lower my volume because this is crazy. Oh my god. Okay, so starting off with a pretty mediocre rare pick. It's actually, these are like all three really mediocre rare cards. None of them is, you know, fantastic. Some of them are, they're all good sometimes. They're all pretty bad most of the time. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Mind Control tech because I really just hate how the Wild Pyromancer messes you up. The Ravenholt Assassin, there are times when it is absolutely incredible, but most of the time 7 mana is just way too expensive, and if you're not already stabilized, this card isn't going to catch you up. Mind Control tech, sometimes it's a blowout, most of the time it's a 3-3 for 3, kind of a sad way to use a rare, but that is what it is. Here we have some weird warrior removal, and then a Panther, which I don't like that much, so we'll take the Slam here. Can be card draw as well. Well, we're gonna get a weirdo warrior removal spell here for sure. Cleave, I think a lot of people would take that just because there are times when it is absolutely incredible, and in fact, that is what I'll take. Execute is worthy of consideration. I'd like to get one in my deck, but I think I'm not gonna take that over a Cleave. Alright, Fiery War Axe. My last warrior run went spectacularly, and I saw no Fiery War Axes. That does not mean I'm not gonna still take them every time I see them. Oh, jeez. I don't like this pack. I'm going to take a Cult Master. I've grown less and less fond of Cult Master because I'm growing more and more fond of creatures I can play onto an empty board. The Warden satisfies that criterion, and the Taunt is sometimes nice, but it's just, it's a bit, you know, just an average card. Cult Master, I'll take it for the potential and hope we get some better stuff later. What is going on here? Well, I don't really want to play with either of these cards, so I guess we'll take a Shield Block. It's a 3-mana cycler, and the life gain is sometimes nice, but I'm not that thrilled by it. Okay, well I've got 3 2-mana cards, none of them are creatures though, so I think the Tidehunter is a really fair pick here. I could also take this for late game or this for some raging potential, and I have to consider that. As a warrior, they do have a lot of raging potential. But I know, I want to make sure we got some 2-drops here, and the Murloc Tidehunter is a pretty good one. Okay, I'm not going to take another Cleave, certainly not over Ascension. It's a really good card there. And Warsong Commander wins games, got to take that every time you see it. Twilight Drake is alright. I could use a Chillwind Yeti of sorts. Mortal Strike is removal though, and I'm going to take it because sometimes bad removal is better than no removal. Alright, easy choice here. I'm going to take the Imani Berserker. Great, great, great 2-drop. Here, I'll take a Raid Leader because I don't have any buffs yet, and even the bad buff is better than no buff. Ugh, well, I guess it's going to be the Grunt. Oh, Jesus. Well, I'll take a Loot Hoarder this time. I need some more endgame here real soon. Okay, I'll take a Cruel Taskmaster because it's not really a 2-drop. You're not really going to play it on turn 2, and it does work very nicely with the Imani Berserker. Plus, it can act as removal, but we need some 5-drops here, Dak, if you'd be so kind. No! More 3-4 drops. We'll take a Shattered Sun Cleric. It's really spectacular when I have all these 2-drops. Kor'kron Elite, easy pick. Okay, can we get some 5-drops here? Alright, well, here's the Ventricule Mercenary. We do need some upper end in our deck, and that satisfies. For similar reasons, I'll take the Twilight Drake. The Questing Adventurer is a bit touch and go. We'll just take the Twilight Drake, hit some more mid-game beef here. Ew, jeez, this isn't good. So I could take a Molten Giant. I have seen these be not irrelevant a few times lately. But Shield Slam is a temptation. I do have Shield Block, which works very nicely with Shield Slam, and in fact, I'm going to take Shield Slam for that reason. If that had been a Sea Giant, of course, I would have taken it. Fiery War Axe, yes please. Oh, jeez. Oh my god. Well, okay, how well does this Panda work in my deck? So, no, yes, not really, kind of, probably not, no, kind of, probably not, kind of. Yeah, it's not that great in this deck. I guess I'll take Battle Rage for some card draw. Warsong Commander, okay, 2 of those is good. I could take a Dread Corsair. With 2 Fiery War Axes, I will take this over the Kor'kron Elite, because I currently have no taunt besides 1 Sen'jin, and this can be a 1-mana 3-3, which is pretty awesome. A fair deal of the time. Okay, I did say I wanted 1 Execute. Will I take it over a second Kor'kron Elite? Yes, I will. it's nice to have an out against big things. And I guess we'll take another Cruel Taskmaster. Oh, geez. Oh my gosh, I don't like where this is going. Well, since I have 2 Cruel Taskmasters, I feel like I have to take Rampage. It's a very, very decent card in those circumstances. Silverhand Knight. Ah, man, can I get like a Boulder Fist Ogre or something? Well, I'll take another Ventrico because I need Endgame and I don't have it. Ah, Abomination is lovely. Okay, so this deck, I saw, what did I see at the upper ends? I saw 1 Archmage. I never saw Boulder Fist Ogre, never saw War Golem. I saw a Corehound, that doesn't count. Never saw Wind Fury Harpy, never saw Stormwind Champion. Yeah, I never saw any of the neutral endgame creatures, and that is one weakness of Warrior. Warrior does not have any endgame cards, with the exception of the legendary Grommash Hellscream. So, this is a... yeah, man. I mean, I passed on a few 1-drops. I passed on a Voodoo Doctor or 2. I passed on a Leper Gnome. So, my deck has no 1-drops in it. So it really isn't going to do very well playing aggro. The only way I could really ever get off to a fast start is if I'm second and I have 2 of my 2-drops. Otherwise, I'll be passing on turn 1 almost all the time, starting on turn 2, and then I don't really have much endgame to carry through. It's going to have to be, you know, these 3 and 4 mana creatures are going to have to do a lot of work for me. So I'm not that confident about it, but whatever. Almost all the cards are good. That is one thing I can say about this deck, which I could not say about some other decks I've drafted recently, is that all the cards... almost all the cards, we're looking at a pretty bad one here. Almost all the cards are really solid, so I feel like my card quality is fine. It's just going to be the distribution that's a problem. So do I coin out this Murloc Tidehunter? I really don't see any reason to, unless it will actually help me kill off his totem. Yeah, alright, we'll do it. This is a bit of a control play. I'm trying to develop board presence by making it so that if he makes a totem, I have a creature out here already ready to kill it. Even if he gets the 1-1, this 1-1 scout will kill off the 1-1 fine. So it does mean that next turn all I'm doing is armoring up, and I kind of lost a coin for nothing, but, well, okay, it wasn't for nothing. I traded a coin for Forked Lightning. That is spectacular. I don't mind seeing that at all. I'm not going to say that was a mistake by my opponent, but it's certainly something I am really thrilled to see, because it means he can't do anything this turn. He doesn't have the coin, unless he has a 1-mana creature, which is unlikely because he passed on turn 1. He's got nothing. Alright, well, here we're playing a 3-3 for 3. I'm not going to wait and see if I can get, you know, something going against this Shaman. It's fine just to play it out right now. Abomination, I'm not too happy to see. I got blown out by it in a recent draft when my opponent used it against me and I didn't have a silence. But for the most part, it's just a very touchy creature. There are a lot of times where you can't really use it very well. I was hoping for the 1-1 totem so I could damage the Mind Control tech and then play Rampage, but that was not to be, unfortunately. Oh, if this is all he's doing on turn 4, I'll be pretty thrilled. No, not a chance. Oh, I can turn on Rampage! That's excellent. I do wish this had been any other totem, so that would have stopped him from playing Flame Tongue, of course. But let's see. Do I play the Twilight Drake as a 4/6? Or do I run into the Stoneclaw Totem and Rampage up? You know what? I'm going to do this, and the reason I'm doing this is that if he has a Hex, and I, you know, turn on Rampage here, it's gonna be awfully unimpressive, because then I'll be left with no board presence. I'd rather kill off his Taunter, threaten the Flame Tongue Totem, and then I'm ready to throw down Rampage now. Okay, well, this is obviously a little bit of a kink in the plans with this Earth Elemental here. Fortunately, the Flame Tongue Totem buffing this really makes no difference. So basically, I could play the Ventrico Mercenary, which will almost kill the Earth Elemental. Let the Earth Elemental kill my Twilight Drake. Or, let's see what I could do with the Rampage. I can make this 6. I can make it hit for 7 damage. That's unfortunately not enough damage, so Rampage doesn't get the job done. I would have needed like a Cruel Taskmaster on my Twilight Drake to get the kill on this Earth Elemental. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are, in fact, going to play the Ventrico Mercenary, and we're going to pass the turn.
Well played.
So, what's going to happen is the Earth Elemental should probably kill my Ventrico, and then one of my other creatures will finish the Earth Elemental off. Yeah, that's what he sees what I see. Now, if I draw a Cruel Taskmaster, that'd be pretty great. Come on. Oh my god, I actually got it! Okay. Well, that's pretty spectacular. So we're going to go ahead and finish off that Earth Elemental. With the taunt gone, we can kill off the Flame Tongue Totem. We can also kill off this Unbound Elemental before it becomes a problem, and then play Ascension Shield Master, Now, I'm not going to put Rampage on any of my creatures because that would use up 2 of my 4 mana, and then all I could do is armor up. So I'd rather get a creature on the board than just buff one of my existing creatures. Again, I just think just for reasons of board presence. Alright, is he going to have his own mind control tech to steal one of my 4 creatures here? He does not. Fan-fiddly-tastic. Oh, Taunt Totem again. Oh, and Flame Tongue again. Oh my god, Taunt and Flame Tongue. So ridiculous. Yeah, I'm just going to use this Cult Master here. This seems like a pretty good time for that. So we'll do this. Trade the Cult Master, the Cruel Taskmaster in for a card. Alas, no Fiery War Axe to make this playable. But that's fine. What we'll do is we'll kill off the Flame Tongue Totem. And I feel comfortable actually just playing this Raid Leader and swinging for 9 damage. So a Lightning Storm will not kill off these creatures. It will kill off 3 others, but I feel like he would have already played Lightning Storm if he had it. Now, this is the card he got off the top, so this might be a Lightning Storm. He should really make a Totem first, though, to see if he can get spell damage. Anyway, that's all a moot point. It was actually a Chillwind Yeti. Lightning Bolts. On the Sen'jin, interesting choice, because that's going to mean it draws a card off the Cult Master. I personally would have Lightning Bolted the Cult Master, although I'm not sure what he can really do now to win this game, because he is in gobs of trouble. Okay, let's take a quick look at the situation. I can put Rampage on something, let's say the Twilight Drake. Then we're going to have 5 plus 8 is 13, plus 4, 17, plus 2 is 19 damage. And I could do 20 damage. I can actually get him down to within a literal inch of his life. Can he beat me with Bloodlust? No, not when I'm at max health. Well, let's do what I love to do best. We're going to hedge my bets. I'm going to kill off this Flesh-Eating Ghoul. Draw a card off the Cult Master. Fiery War Axe. Awesome. Alright, so we're going to put Rampage on the Twilight Drake.
Hit it very hard.
Swing. Now, if I had the Fiery War Axe in my hand at the beginning, I could have actually won the game right now. As it is, I cannot. I can deal 5, 8, 9 damage. Yeah, it's not enough. But maybe I should do that anyway, just to get him far down. Yeah, well, we'll do this. This seems fine. So we'll use the Shattered Sun Cleric.
Cleanse the sun well.
Swing for 6. Swing at face. And play Dread Corsair. Alright, so I feel pretty good. I have a taunt just in case he does have any Wind Fury, Bloodlust shenanigans. To give him another roadblock. I've got a lot of lethal damage on the board. I have this weapon, which is lethal damage, and I have the Abomination, which when it explodes, will be lethal damage. So it would take some kind of a miracle for him with 3 cards to be able to hold the fort here. Well, Lightning Storm would be a good start. I guess Lightning Storm, and then kill off the Twilight Drake, and then heal himself. Anyway, it's all moot point. The game's over. So that's that. Yep, that's nice. Okay, very good, very good. Keep giving me cards.
You win this one.
And then concede. Alright, so that was a really good start. So in that game, I just played really good cards. He had a slow start. He, not intentionally of course, but he ended up banking everything on the Earth Elemental, and I drew the Cruel Taskmaster just in time to finish it off. If I hadn't drawn Cruel Taskmaster, though, I think I still would have been in the game. I mean, I could have just traded in my Mind Control tech for his Earth Elemental. Still, I would have been able to kill off his Flame Tongue Totem after that, and then, you know, played some other good stuff. It's just my card quality was good, and because he didn't get off to a fast start, and because he also didn't have control, he wasn't able to clear my board, and he wasn't able to win. Asian FDSK. Wow, what a power hour here. I'm just going to go ahead and keep this hand. This is fine. So, ideally, he'll play a Northshire Cleric. I rarely find myself hoping that a priest will play a Northshire Cleric, because the Fiery War Axe will kill it off. I'll have something to do on my second turn. If he does not play any creatures, and if I do not draw a 2-drop, I will put Fiery War Axe into play. Like I've said before, it's better to have it in play and risk the ooze than to keep it in your hand and regret not having it. Oh my god. Well, that sucks, because no matter what he got with Mind Vision, it was a good card. I mean, Slam is probably the least frustrating of these cards, but man, that is unfortunate. Okay, well, Monty Berserker arrives just in the nick of time.
It's time for a little blood.
Let's see if he has Shadow Word Pain, or for that matter, Fiery War Axe. Really, these were just all gold cards. These are all just gold money, cash dollar cards here. I don't know what to say. It's just It's very unfortunate that this particular priest chose turn 1 Mind Vision. This is really irritating. I can't do anything about it. But this suggests he doesn't have a Fiery War Axe. I can't imagine him not playing Fiery War Axe here, if he were indeed to have it. He still has the coin. He could still play Fiery War Axe. I mean, it's what you do here. He doesn't have Fiery War Axe. Okay, well, that's good to know. We're going to go ahead and swing and play Warsong Commander. So he needs a Shattered Sun Cleric or some kind of a buff or some sort of damage for the Worgen Infiltrator to finish off the commander. But he doesn't have that. Well, he's actually not in trouble because I don't have anything that needs to use this, but he doesn't know that. Anyway, if this lives the turn, it'll give us a useful piece of information, because if this survives, it tells us he does not have a way to kill it. So it tells us no Shadow Word Pains, no Kor'kron Elite with the coin. We'll just know he's got nothing if this thing lives the turn. Because any opponent who knows the game will stop at nothing. I happen not to have any Chillwind Yeti or, you know, Senjin Shieldmaster or other creatures that it would be amazing to have charge with at 4 mana. The Kor'kron Elite has built-in charge, so it's a bit of a non-bow here. But he doesn't know that. Okay, so he does have a Shadow Word Pain. I forget where this came from. I think it came from over here, so it might be he just top-decked it. But that suggests that that proves he doesn't have Fiery War Axe. He surely would have used that if he had it. I bet he would have used Kor'kron Elite with the coin if he'd had that. So I'm guessing it wasn't these. I think he has the Slam, or else he has his own Warsong Commander. And here comes the coin. Okay, well, Fiery War Axe could still be coming, I suppose. Mad Bomber. Wow, that's a ballsy decision. And that did not work out well for him. So he enraged my enraged creature, killed off his own 1 health creature. I don't know why he did that. Whatever. Do I play this to draw 2 cards? Yes, I do. So we'll do Battle Rage for 2 cards. 2 mana for 2 cards is fine. There's Mortal Strike. Cruel Taskmaster is nifty and all. I could have used it to enrage my guy, I suppose. But we'll play Fiery War Axe here. And swing. So I'm pretty sure he's got Slam. That seems to be the most likely card, given that he didn't kill my Warsong with the Kor'kron Elite. He didn't use Fiery War Axe. I feel like the Slam is the only other card it could have been. Wow. Alright, so this now, I can of course just trade my guy into it. That is sort of the obvious option. If I attack it with my weapon, it'll be at 2 health. So I could actually slam it, kill it with my weapon, play Shattered Sun Cleric, buff this thing up and swing. I think I'd rather do that than the alternative. So just to kind of be educational here, one obvious option is just to trade my 5/2 for his 3/5. And then I could play, like, say, a Kor'kron Elite and swing for 4. But what I'd prefer to do is keep greater board presence by this method. We slam and draw a card. We use the other Axe Tick. We play the Shattered Sun Cleric. And now we swing for 6. So we swung for 2 more damage. We still have this in my back. I still have this in my back pocket as a surprise removal. And I have a bigger board presence. I have 2 creatures on the board, a 6/3 and a 3/2, as opposed to a 4/3, which is what I've done, which is what it would have been otherwise. Looks like a Shadow Word Death. No, Silence. Ah, okay. Well, the pro is that this creature lives. The con is that he gets to still spend his mana. He wouldn't have been able to play this if it had been a Shadow Word Death that he had played. Okay, so I have 5. I can take him down to 12. I could take him down to 8 damage. And I've got 4 points of burn back here, so that would require leaving this 5 toughness, 5 power dude alive. I could play the Abomination. It doesn't seem that tempting, though. And I could actually use the Cruel Taskmaster to squeeze 2 extra damage out of the thing, but then I'm getting pretty vulnerable to Holy Nova. Alright. We'll do this. And yes, I will go ahead. I'm gonna knock the Shattered Sun Cleric up to 5. Trade into the Light Spawn, get 6 damage on, and pass the turn. So the situation is as follows. He has 4 cards to my 7, soon to be 8. My cards are quality-ish. This one is not that great here, but this is good. This is not great since I didn't draw my shield block. It's just going to be 2 damage for 3 mana, armor up, and then shield slam is all I can do. But this can potentially burn him out if he's not careful. Against a priest, this doesn't really work as a finisher because he can always heal himself before triggering the death rattle. Ah, he did steal the Warsong Commander. Alright, fair enough. I guessed wrong. I thought it was a slam. It was not. Now he can spend 3 mana and get a charging creature. Presumably it'll run into my guys and kill him. Shattered Sun Cleric. Very good. This can kill off my hardest hitter, leaving him with a 3/4 that makes his creatures charge. Okay. Well, let's think about the situation here. I can, of course, swing for 4 down to 7, and then use this, get him down to 3 health. It doesn't seem that good. I think I'd rather use this just to kill his creature. Keep on swinging, and play Loot Hoarder. Pass the turn. Now, what I could have done instead of Loot Hoarder is I could have armored up. It's not likely that he's going to damage me this turn. And the advantage of armoring up is then I could have armored up the following turn and shield slammed for 4 damage rather than just 2. But it felt like putting a creature on the board was better, especially because this one can kamikaze into something and draw me a card, and some cards would be nice to extend my advantage. So for 7 mana, he spends 2 of it healing himself. That's a good sign. It means he didn't have anything. Oh, this is a fantastic sign. I mean, he pretty much loses the game playing that, because now he can't play any more minions. And we can just swing. Shield Slam cannot target the opponent directly, but I think we're good here. Actually, I don't know if I want to play this, because it'll kill off most of my stuff, and he won't quite die to it. So yeah, what we'll do is play this, armor up, and we're going to pass the turn. So what he needs here is a Holy Nova to stay in the game, because then the Venture Co can kill my Senjin, Holy Nova will kill off almost everything else. The Berserker will actually hang on by a thread, and it'll heal him up to 5, and then he can use Hero Ability to heal back up to 7, and then he might actually be able to win this game. You know, maybe I should have just played this Abomination and kept these guys in my hand. But then, of course, the Abomination would have caused these to die anyway, so it would have been like another Holy Nova. Yeah, wow. For all that I've been crushing this guy, he could have potentially won if he'd had a Holy Nova here. I would have drawn a card off a Loot Hoarder, of course. But, that would have been very close. Anyway, we have enough damage to kill him now. And that's going to be it. So our final game of 2013 gets off to a pretty good start. A little bit scary there. Not like with what actually happened, but just with the potential of what could have happened. If he'd had a Holy Nova, that would have extended the game quite a bit. But he didn't have that one particular card, so we get our second win. We cruise to both of these victories, so that does give me a little bit of confidence in the deck. If you enjoyed this video, folks, then please like it and or subscribe to my channel. And if you want to see the rest of the run, stay tuned. I'm going to be posting it very shortly. I'll see you in just a bit.